Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the online darts live league Champion of Champions here on Sporty Stud TV. It's Friday night, which means it's decision night in Group B. We've got 10 big games coming up to see who will finalise the field for tomorrow night's final. But before we look ahead to that, let's see what we've already seen this week at the online darts live league and go back to this morning to see the completion of Group A, where Jim McEwen won 13 straight matches. He bookended his campaign with 2 defeats. They're the only 2 in the group. He topped his group with 26 points. Graham Ush and Dan Reed, the other 2 players to qualify with 20 points respectively. Kieran Tier and Adam McNeil and Andy Jenkins were also involved in Group A. Meanwhile, in Group B, which is our focus here this evening, we have got 5 players involved in the action. And overnight, Robert Owen is our leader. He picked up 6 points, 3 wins, 1 defeat from the opening night's play. And as you can see on your screen now, below him, there really is a chasing pack. Remember, 3 from 5 go through. So Josh Payne, Conor Heneghan and Stephen Burton all locked on 4 points. And do not discredit Darryl Pilgrim on 2 points. He had a superb day yesterday, but was beaten by some big averages. And so we'll see what happens there. Let's get straight into the action then, shall we? The first of 10 fixtures sees Robert Owen, the man who leads overnight, take on Stephen Burton. These 2 met in the last game of last night. The fixtures have reversed from yesterday evening, as we see Robert Owen there on the screen now. The 37-year-old from Ogmore Vale throwing a 23 Grand Custom dart. Former UK Open semi-finalist is Stack Attack. Well, that's for Stephen Burton, age 34 from Ipswich. 2-time Challenge Tour winner throwing a 23 Grand Data dart.
Game on.
These 2 qualified for Champion of Champions by winning their respective phases. Robert Owen was the champion in phase 2. Stephen Burton was the champion in phase 3. I'm Henry Deacon and I'm going to be joining you for all the action this evening. Whether you're having a Friday night darty party or it's a quiet evening, tucked up under your duvet with a cup of Horlicks, we've got it all sorted
64.
for you between now and roughly 1 AM as we see the thrilling conclusion to Group B.
81.
Robert Owen started the evening off yesterday against Darryl Pilgrim. He averaged 103 in that match. He set his stall out early and he is the man to beat 95. At the top of this group.
$140.
And is showing why early on. Leads 57 after 12. Not much Stephen Burton can do against the darts.
Robert, you require
for 14 dart leg to kick off his night. Robert Owen wants 57. Tops he wants.
Game shot on the first
and that is a ruthless start for Robert Owen. He gets his campaign for the night underway with a 14 dart leg. He is 1-0 up here on Stephen Burton. It's now down to Bertie to react with the darts in leg 2.
$140.
For both players, the long-term ambition is to regain their tour cards, which they've lost.
60.
Both got the ability, both have got the talent to do so.
100.
And they showed it here this year. You have to play well to win phases in this format.
140.
You usually have to do it by throwing darts like that on a consistent basis.
95.
And you're never safe when Robert Owen's around. He was hoping Stephen Burton he'd get 6 and 166. Not to be the case. Owen will get a stab at the 161.
98. Robert, you require 161.
For a breaker throw. We've already seen this hit today. If you missed Group A earlier on today, I suggest you have a look at the highlights reel because it was absolutely superb. Tops for Stephen Burton to get level, and level he gets, and that's a 15 dart leg. A cracking standard so far from the pair of them. 14 backed up by a 15 is one apiece.
Third leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
And Group B was good last night. It's catching fire early on here.
100. 85.
Let's have a quick look at what is coming up this evening. After this, Darryl Pilgrim takes on Josh Payne. Stephen Burton returns to take on Conor Heneghan. Then it is Payne Owen, Henahan
81.
Pilgrim, Burton Payne, Henahan Owen, Pilgrim Burton, Payne Henahan, and Owen against Pilgrim.
140.
So that is your programme for this evening here on Sporty Stuff TV. Do stick with us throughout the course of the night.
60.
Remember, the top three qualify for the Champion of Champions final, which are broadcasting live from 10 o'clock tomorrow.
96.
3 players will join Jim McEwen, Graham Usher and Dan Reed there.
60.
Well, this is a sniff at a break of throw here for Stephen Burton.
81.
But that is the worst possible last start because it drifts in the single one. It leaves him on 99. Leaves him on a 3 dart out.
78. Stephen, you require 99.
Owen rescues the situation as such. Tops. No, decided to go for the treble 20
59.
for double 10.
Robert, you require 122.
And this is just a hold. Well, he's completely obscured the treble 18 bed there. Needed 56. It for a dart at the bullseye. And so this is for a break for Stephen Burton. Double 10.
Game shot on the third
and there
leg.
It is. And Stephen Burton, who lost the first leg, has won each of the last 2. He breaks the throw of Robert Owen. He takes a 2-1 lead in this match. Has the darts in the fourth to open up a 2-leg advantage. And with it, go within 1 of victory in our opening game.
59. 15. 140. 140. 83. 66.
Well, Robert Owen has gone off the boil here the last couple of legs, and it's going to give
59.
Stephen Burton an opportunity, but only needs a self on 160, so he does leave the door ajar.
60. Stephen, you require 160.
He is going to have another turn at the board.
40.
But Stephen Burton's set-up play hasn't been A+ perfect so far.
60. Stephen, you require 120. 43. Robert, you require 160. 60. Stephen, you
to
require
open up a
77.
2-leg buffer in this game. He's going to get one dart at
Payne shot on
tops.
the
One
fourth
dart
leg.
is all he
Stephen
needs.
Burton.
And Stephen Burton is within one leg of beating Robert Owen in the opening game of the evening. It would put him on 6 points alongside Owen
Fifth leg, it's Robert
at
to throw
the top
first.
of the Group B table. Those the averages. In the mid-80s.
140.
But will go up in Burton's case as a consequence of that.
60. 96.
Friday, always a busy day here at the Live League. We've been here since pretty much sunrise
100.
for Group A, where we saw Graham Usher hit a 9-dart finish. If you haven't seen it, do head over to social media.
171.
Although a word of warning, if you're listening with headphones in, I'd turn it down.
140.
It does get a bit excitable.
Robert, you require 94.
To stay in the match. Tops.
Game
Put
shot on the
11
fifth
dart leg to keep
Robert
himself
Owen.
in the match. That's superb from Robert Owen. Showed some real character, showed some real resolve there. Brings it back to within 3-2 and now
Sixth
forces
leg,
a
it's
hand to
Stephen to
Stephen
throw
Burton.
first.
He says to him, well, if you're going to win it, serve it out, mate.
45. 60. 97. 140. 59. 100. 95. 58. 55. Robert, you require 143.
So 143 to keep himself in the match. Stephen Burton will have a poke at the 150 to seal it.
83.
Get the opening rubber of the
Stephen,
night.
you require 150. 60. Robert, you require 60.
Tops to take us all the way.
Game shot on the
Tops
sixth
he gets to
leg.
take us all the
Robert
way.
Owen.
And Robert Owen will now have the opportunity to throw for the match. 6 of the 10 games yesterday went to a 4-3 shootout, and that is exactly what we're getting in the first game
Seventh
of
final
this
leg.
evening's
It's Robert to
session.
throw first. Game on. $60.
But only a 60 start. Burton can punish this royally.
100. 140.
That puts him back into a shout of things.
140.
But a ton 40 for Stephen Burton is forcing the issue of Robert
44.
Owen. Really forcing the issue, and he's stolen the darts now in this deciding leg.
100.
Leads himself on 161 after 9.
$100. Stephen, you require 161.
To win it in style.
137. Robert, you require 157.
Perfect setup. Is he going to get a go at this? The answer is yes. Owen couldn't do something spectacular to save it.
100. Stephen, you require 24.
Double 12
Game,
for
shot,
13
and
dart
match.
leg to
Stephen
win the match.
Burton.
Stephen Burton avenges his defeat to Robert Owen yesterday. Wins 4-3. That's the tale of the tape. Robert Owen 93.14 average compared to the 88.11 from Stephen Burton. But it is the 4 from 5 on the checkouts that sees Burton over the line. A high checkout of 77 seals it for Bertie in our opening game of the night. Well, we're going to take a short break. When we return, we're going to see Darryl Pilgrim in action against Josh Payne. It's game one of the night for Darryl Pilgrim, and you sense even at this early juncture you want to get off to a good start to give himself the best possible chance of finishing in the top three. He takes on Josh Payne, who is well in the picture after a strong end to yesterday's session. Josh Payne entered the week as the bookmakers' favourite to win not just this group, but the entire Champion of Champions. Up against him is a 34-year-old Darryl Pilgrim from South Croydon, throwing a 20-gram Harrows dart, UK Open third round player. And a big Palace fan is the Flying Eagle. Against Josh Payne, 28 from Ashford, 23-gram Red Dragon dart he is playing with. A former Players' Championship winner is the maximum.
Game on.
And Charlie Corsafine gets us underway.
$45. $140. $140.
Well, these two are setting their stall out quite early. They're starting as they mean to go on.
$100.
Of course, it's been a busy day of darts. We had Group A here, we've got Group B tonight. We also have had World Match Play action.
100.
Danny Noppert qualifying for the semi-finals. He beat Dirk van Dijvenbode at 16-11. Tournament Josh Payne has played in the past under the big lights in Blackpool.
140.
Closest I've ever got to there is the fairy lights of the B&M store. He's a big stage player, he's a big stage guy, and he wants to get back to those rip-roaring heights.
121.
This would be a rip-roaring start to get the 1-2-1 to get it done in 12. It would have been for a break.
57.
It might be the only opportunity he gets
76.
because Pilgrim's on 76. Double 8.
68.
Goes inside.
Joshua requires
And so Payne
64.
will get a second stab at it. It's 64 this time. Another. Decides to get 8 for tops.
44.
Drag low. And so Pilgrim is back for 1-0 and a hold of throw in the opening leg.
Game shot.
And there it is for Darryl Pilgrim. He takes the opener against Josh Payne. He had to survive a dart at double for the break, but he gets it done. In the end, he leads 1-0 here.
Second leg, it's Josh to throw first. $60.
Josh
59.
Payne is our most recent champion here at the Live League. He won Phase 4 Champions Week a couple of weeks ago.
60.
Every time he's been here, he has won something. Whether it's a group, or way into Champions Week,
57.
or winning the phase altogether. There's something about this room that makes him tick.
140.
I think yesterday we saw a different side of Josh Payne. Lost his opening couple of matches, but his response to that,
134.
to win the last two, speaks a lot about his temperament, speaks a lot about his character, and gives himself the opportunity here to clamber his way inside the top three and qualify for the Champion of Champions final tomorrow night.
$81. Josh, you require 104.
104 for Josh Payne. Up he goes for double top.
64.
He's missed one dart
Darryl, you
at
require
that double
170.
in each of the opening two legs. We saw a big fish yesterday in this group. We will not see another right now.
Josh, you require 40.
We might see Josh Payne pin tops.
Game shot.
Indeed, we will see Josh Payne pin tops, and we are back level at 1 apiece. And finally, that pesky double top is a friend to Josh Payne. He's had some troubles on it so far in this match. He's missed a couple at it, but he gets it in the end. It's 1 apiece here. But it's Pilgrim with the darts in the third.
140.
And kicks off with a ton 40.
$125. 125.
140, backed up by 125 for Darryl Pilgrim. And despite the 125 to start for Payne, it piles the pressure on him.
140.
But how about that for a response? One more and they'll be level in this match.
$84.
Here's a 152, and as has been the score in this leg, 84 might actually be a slip.
95. Darryl, you require 152.
But it's Pilgrim with first poke at the 152.
$128. Josh, you require
Sets it up perfectly for double 12 after 12. But can Josh Payne nail the double 12 on the back of a 141? Just kisses the wire.
Darryl, you require 24.
And some way to break. Double 6.
Game shot.
And in it goes. And it's all about the hole to throw at the minute. But Josh Payne has had darts to win every single leg of this match so far, but finds himself 2-1 behind to Darryl Pilgrim.
Fourth leg, it's Josh to throw first. Game on.
He's averaging 99.5. Pilgrim 93.78. Good standard in this game.
41.
With the checkouts 2 from 6 and 1 from 5, it says a lot about the scoring phase of these legs.
57. 100. 140.
That would have been our first of the night. We didn't see one in our opening game. We haven't seen one in this match yet.
140.
But we've seen truckloads of 140s. 5 140 plus throws for Payne. 4 for Pilgrim.
134.
And that 134 leads him on the fish once again. Payne doesn't like the lie of that dart, but he knows that moving down is going to cause him some problems.
56. Darryl, you require
He's
170.
164, but the way that first dart went in, it completely blocked the bed. Another one of them would have left the bull.
105. Josh, you require 164.
Well, this is the whole throw. Another. The bullseye.
124.
Just kisses outside the 25
65.
into the single 10. So Pilgrim for 3-1. The breaker throw and a potential 14 dart leg. Double 10.
55.
Goes inside.
Josh, you require 40.
Payne heads up for tops. Happy accident after missing outside the 25. And he gets the double top. And we are back level at 2 apiece in this game. Neither player can get away from each other so far. And we'll see what will give over the next couple of legs.
Fifth leg, it's Darryl to throw first. 45. 100. 99.
This could hand the darts back to Josh Payne. 99 followed by 45.
140.
He most certainly has the darts now. He's sick for the match. His average is 98.5. And the thing is, it just looks routine for him.
57.
It's like he's in his living room, just chucking about the board. He
85.
makes the game look so easy at times, says Josh Payne. He makes it look good as well.
100.
He's himself on 104 after 12 against the darts. Pilgrim back on 173.
43. Josh should require
Doesn't
104.
make huge inroads. So Payne has 104 to break the throw and to open up a 3-2 lead. Tops
Game shot on the fifth
to
leg.
break the throw of
Josh
Darryl
Payne.
Pilgrim and to go within one leg of victory. He's had a mixed relationship with that double top this evening.
Sixth leg, it's Josh to throw first. Game
It's
on.
proved fruitful over the last couple of legs, but at the beginning, he was feeling rather fruitless on it.
48. 60.
Of course, you can get in contact with us here at the Live League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's at Darts Live League. Keep your comments fun, keep them clean, and we'll
134.
delve into one or two as the evening goes on.
$131.
That's our first max of the night. And it could be a visit that helps Josh Payne on his way to victory in his opening game of the night.
100. Josh should require 139.
He's going to get 6 darts from 139 to seal victory.
59.
80 upon his return.
$100. Josh should require 80.
To put himself on 6 points. He wants double 10.
60.
2 match darts have come and gone for Josh
Darryl,
Payne
you
as the
require
Pilgrim
110.
returns for 110. And now we head over to double 16. And we will be going all the way for the second consecutive game. There's been 12 games in Group B so far. 8 of them have gone all the way to a deciding leg. Both players have hit a ton-topping outshot in this match. Pilgrim, that 110 we've seen just now. Josh Payne, the 104 the leg before.
27.
But that 27 start has opened the door massively for Josh Payne.
140.
And he is running through it.
58.
And another big score. He could barricade it back from Darryl Pilgrim. He has wrestled the initiative in this deciding leg.
60.
But that is huge.
180.
What a moment to hit your first max of the match.
140.
But how about that for a response? Payne will be first to the finish. But where will Pilgrim leave himself?
140.
Handily placed.
Joshua required
They
161.
cranked it up towards the end here. Treble 17. Would have left him a dart at the ball to win the match.
123.
He leads himself on double 19 after 12. He may not get a go. Treble 20. No, decides to go down
41.
for a double 19.
Joshua required 38.
Which is what Payne wants to seal the deal.
Game,
And what Payne gets to seal the deal. And
Josh
that puts
Payne.
him on 6 points. That's 3 wins from his last 3 overall in Group B for the maximum. This is how the game panned out. An average of 99.32 for Josh Payne. Both players hitting a salary maximum in the match. The checkouts 3 from 9 and 4 from 12. Both hitting 1/3 of the doubles that they went for. Both players with a ton plus checkout as well. A steady enough game for game 2 of our evening. Game 3 comes up after the break. It sees Stephen Burton up against Conor Heneghan. Conor Heneghan is the last of our Fab Five to feature tonight. He's going to get his campaign for the night underway as he takes on Stephen Burton. Yet another player on 4 points at the start of the night. Stephen Burton, we've already seen. We see get victory. Henahan, the 23-year-old from round 4 in Ireland, throwing a 21-gram unicorn dart. Former Europe Cup champion within the WDF system. But it is Stephen Burton to get us underway here.
$100.
Burton can become the first player to reach 8 points in this group.
100.
In the minute, he's tied on 6 with Owen and Payne. If he gets himself
60.
on 8 points, he opens up a 4-point gap on Conor Heneghan and a 6-point gap
58.
on Darryl Pilgrim. It would give him 1 foot into Saturday night's final. Henahan will have other ideas, of course.
86. 83. 140. Stephen, you require 158.
158 to take the opening leg in style.
98. Conor, you require 117.
So 117 to obtain an opening leg breaker throw.
Game shot on the first
And the 117 is pinned. That's the perfect start for Conor Heneghan. Gets the breaker throw with a ton topper in the opening leg. Gets it done in the solitary 15.
Throw first. Game on.
Steals the initiative right from the get-go.
$100.
And the leg that Burton had control of
81.
left himself on 60. Would have fancied 2 goes at tops. And Henahan comes in with a big break early on.
140.
He's now trying to put it to good use with the darts here. Open up a 2-0 lead.
140.
And that would put Bertie in the corner.
60. 85.
These two started their night on the same amount of points, but the way that Group B works, the pressure's on Henahan just because he
95.
hasn't played yet, and Burton's got the victory.
$171. Conor, you require
And that leaves
106.
double 12 after 12, and Henahan will need another ton plus checkout if he's going to hold throw this time. Tops
66.
for what would have been Dart Shavu.
24. Game
This
shot on
time
the
Burton
leg.
gets his
Stephen
go,
Burton.
and Burton takes full advantage. We are back at 1 apiece. 2 breaks are thrown, our opening 2 legs. Burton will be praying for a hold in the third.
Third leg, it's Stephen throwing first. $53.
Those are the averages at this early stage. 93.28 for
85.
Burton, 96.2 for Henahan. Both players 1 from 2 on the
58.
doubles.
58. 121.
Henahan got here by making the final of Phase 4 Champions Week. He lost out on that occasion to Josh Payne. We see in our next match against Robert Owen, the Phase 2 champ.
99.
We already know one Phase champion that's going through. That's Jim McEwen. He won Group A earlier on today. Will we see all
60.
4 Phase champions
Stephen,
progress?
you require 170.
Burton will be hoping so. He doesn't have to go for the 170, but he will, and he almost got it.
And
the pressure is well and truly on now.
25.
Double 12.
13.
Inside, so Henahan will be back for 60 for a third consecutive breaker throw in this match. Topped.
20.
I'm not sure how much of that he could see. The first dart looked like a blocker. But Stephen Burton had an open bid to aim at, and by doing so, hits the double 6. He now has a 2-1 lead. It's the first holder throw we've seen so far in this match. Conor Heneghan will be hoping to return the favour in the fourth.
100. 95. 100. 97. 81. 87. 125.
Excellent last start. To leave himself on 95 after 12. It forces the issue of Stephen Burton.
55. Conor, you require 95.
It's a little bit of a freebie leg for him, having got himself 2-1 in front.
55. Stephen, you require 167.
2-2. 167 is the MO for Stephen Burton here. It won't go this time. And so Henahan is back for 2 apiece.
Conor, you require 40.
Double 10.
Game
and
shot
so far the trend
leg.
in this
Conor
match has
Heneghan.
been 2 breaks of throw, followed by 2 holes of throw. That means it's 2-2. I wonder what's going to develop over the next 3 legs.
5th leg, it's Stephen to throw first. 100.
We've seen a pattern in this match, and we've seen a pattern of results. Admittedly, a small
55.
sample of our 2 games this evening. Both going all the way to a 7th leg, and both won 4-3 by the player
44.
throwing second. Stephen Burton beating Robert Owen 4-3. Josh Payne beating Darryl Pilgrim 4-3.
140.
Both of them had to break in the deciding leg.
99.
Conor Heneghan will be hoping that he doesn't have to go down that darting wishing well.
121.
He may not have to, more visits like that.
53. 65.
And he will be first to finish for a breaker throw. But what can Burton do here? How handy
105.
can he leave it?
Conor, you require 120.
It leaves him lurking if this 120 doesn't go, and it won't go because that first dart strays into the single 5.
82. Stephen, you require 100.
Surely it's got to be... Well, he goes treble 20, double 10.
80.
And just wires a double 10. I was wondering if he's
Conor,
going to go tops there for a
38.
second. We know where Henahan's heading. Straight for the double 19.
22.
And Stephen Burton's going to
Stephen, you
get the
require
opportunity. A double 10. And now double 5.
Game shot
To hold and force the issue of Conor Heneghan. Because for him, the equation is simple. If he gets broken in this leg, he loses the match.
6 there. It's Conor to throw first. $90. $140.
How about that for a start against the darts? He is not giving Henahan
135.
any breathing room. Forcing him into big visits. 2 treble visits.
100. 140.
But he's responding in kind. Leaves himself on a finish after 9.
100. Conor, you require 136.
And this is to take us all the way to a deciding leg.
100. Stephen, you require 161.
To win it. In style. The bullseye.
136.
And that wasn't far
Conor,
away.
you require 36.
Henahan will come back.
shot on the
And he
sixth
will get the
leg.
double
Conor
18.
Heneghan.
And for the 3rd consecutive game, it's the theme of this group. We are going to a 7th and deciding leg.
7th and final leg. It's Stephen to throw first. $85.
I count that now as the 9th game in this group to go for 3. It's the 3rd one consecutively this evening.
85. $99.
We did actually joke earlier that this group was so tight you could imagine every game going 4-3. Well, it's living up to it
58.
at the minute.
$45. $58.
And that might just take the game away from Conor
180.
Heneghan. He's going to have to... He thought he would have had to respond with a max of his own. He's definitely going to have to hit another treble, which he doesn't.
100.
And so Stephen Burton
Stephen,
has
you
6
require
starts
92.
at 92 for the match.
52.
He will return for tops.
But
it's going to be under severe pressure.
40.
Double 5.
Game, shot,
What pressure?
and the match.
Stephen Burton makes it 2 from 2 for his evening so far. He's put himself in a fantastic position to qualify for tomorrow night's Champion of Champions final. This is the tail of the tape at 87.24 average for Burton. 4 from 14 on the double. He's going to have to improve upon that in later games. For Conor Heneghan, a 90.57 average, 3 from 9 on the checkouts, and a high out of 117. 3 games played, 3 games it's gone all the way to the last leg. And when we return after the break, we're going to see Josh Payne against Robert Owen. Two former phase champions do battle in our 4th game of the night as Josh Payne takes on Robert Owen. And this is how the table is developing. Stephen Burton, having won his first 2 games of the night, puts himself in a fantastic position in the group. He's on 8 points. Owen and Payne are on 6. It now forces the initiative of Conor Heneghan and Darryl Pilgrim.
First leg, it's Josh to throw first. Game
In
on.
particular, Darryl Pilgrim, who we will see against Henahan next up. You could say that's effectively a knockout match.
83.
But let's focus on the here and now, because these two are vying for top honours
41.
this week. Nobody's come to the Champion of Champions to make up the numbers, but these two really do have their eyes set on the big prize come the end of play tomorrow night.
$81.
Owen was our overnight leader in this group. If Payne was to get victory here, things get very, very murky indeed for Stack Attack.
Josh should require 144.
As he leaves himself in a vulnerable position. And Payne has come out the trap as well. Leaves himself 82 after 12.
$60. Josh should require 82.
Bull for double 16. A super way to open the match for Josh Payne. A 14 dart leg, the bullseye, and then the double 16. A showbiz shot for Josh Payne.
Second leg,
to open up the game.
Game on. $100.
As I said in his previous match, and he plays well. He's a great watch. He can make it look so easy at times.
100. $100. $83.
That last start in the treble one gives Josh Payne an opportunity here on 261.
$91.
Leaves himself on 170. Owen is looking to leave this handy. He will, with more darts in that treble bed. Again, he slips into the one.
81. Josh should require 170. $58. Robert, you require 137. $97. Josh, you require 112.
I'm forcing Josh Payne to take out this 112.
$41. Robert,
so
you
to
require
level us up,
40.
Owen wants tops.
Game shot
And
on the
tops he
second
gets.
leg.
He
Robert
basically
Owen.
puts his third dart in the middle of the first two he threw. Have a look at this. Crash, bang, wallop in the middle.
Third leg, it's Josh to throw first. Game on.
It's something I say a lot on comms. Sometimes it doesn't matter
100.
how. It's just about the fact it's been done.
$81. 140.
The average now for Josh Payne goes above 100.
60.
He is making life incredibly difficult for Robert Owen.
140.
That's back-to-back scoring visits in this leg of ton 40, ton 40. Leaves himself 1-2-1 after 9. And he is forcing Owen to hit this to even be competitive in the leg.
180. Joshua require 121.
Doesn't have to go for the bullseye if he doesn't want to. He's thinking about his options.
81.
And squares it up for tops.
$42. Joshua require 40. Game shot on the
for a
third
15
leg.
darter
Josh
regulation
Payne.
leg and to make it 2-1. Josh Payne is in front again against Robert Owen, and it's all about Owen now to try and keep firing those scores to keep himself in the
Fourth
leg,
leg, it's Robert
because
to
Josh
throw
Payne's
first.
scoring
Game on.
in this match so far has been really, really good. 3 ton plus is 4 140s, and in this phase
140.
of the leg, Owen has struggled to keep up at times.
$60.
But this time, it's Josh Payne who is going to be the one chasing.
100. $140.
But he's not letting Robert Owen have an inch. Because if you do that, you'll give him a mile. Leads 140 after 9.
180.
But a big time for a
Robert
maximum for Josh Payne to leave himself on 1-2-1. An excellent leg from both.
100. Joshua require 121.
And this time, Payne has to take out the 1-2-1. Down for treble 17. To the middle bit.
96. Robert, you require 40.
Tops for 2-2. Double 10.
Game shot
And
on
Robert
the fourth
Owen
leg.
is doing
Robert
everything
Owen.
he needs to do on throw. There's a caveat here, though, because Owen has to break at some point in this match, and in this fifth leg, Josh Payne has
Fifth leg,
the
it's
darts.
Josh to throw first. $134.
Credit to
$121.
Robert Owen, he's upped it the last leg and a half. Those are the averages. 103.83 for Payne, 89.69 for Owen.
54.
He's brought that up from a base around the low 80s. But that's been the issue right there. The amount of darts that have slipped into the single one.
81.
Veering off to the right far too often.
97. $83. $55.
Leaves himself on 161, but big score here from Stack Attack. Really does
60.
attack the Payne
Joshua
throw.
161.
161 then. For a 3-2 lead. Down we go the treble 17.
97. Robert, you require 156.
Owen. He's a huge finish of his own, but once again it goes into that single one.
80.
And it's in that
Joshua
same
requires
position again.
64.
And so it affords Josh Payne the opportunity at double 8, double 4 to
Game
give
shot on
himself
the
a
fifth leg.
3-2
Josh
lead
Payne.
and to put himself within one leg of victory against Robert Owen. It'd inflict a second consecutive defeat of the night upon Stack Attack.
Sixth leg, it's Robert to throw first. Game on.
Who, remember,
43.
started the night as the group leader. He's seen
95.
2 of his rivals come at him. Burton's already overtaken him. Payne is level on points with him.
140.
If he loses one more leg, he'll be behind both.
$140. 121.
Once again, that single one is undoing some of the good work he's doing.
96.
Payne leaves 170 to finish it. This time it's the treble one.
$61.
It's veering
Joshua
off to the
require
right more times than a
170.
midfield Formula One car. And now Josh Payne's found that drift.
74. Robert, you require 136.
This would be some way to save it. But again, it's that single one.
$78. Joshua require 96.
To win the match with a 14 darter.
Game, shots,
And Josh
the match.
Payne.
Josh Payne.
Winning one continues here at the Online Darts Live League. He makes it 4 in a row with a 4-2 victory over Robert Owen with a 98.09 average, a solitary 180 to his name. 4 out of 9 on the checkouts. That equates to 44.44%. 96 is high out against Robert Owen, who was chasing realistically throughout. So it's Josh Payne who gets himself onto 8 points. And when we return after the break, we're going to see Conor Heneghan in action against Darryl Pilgrim. This really does have the feel of a knockout match, does Game 5 of our evening session, as Conor Heneghan takes on Darryl Pilgrim. Because this is the state of the table. Pilgrim has to win. It is as simple as that. Henahan wins. He joins Robert Owen on 6 points. And suddenly, from being the overnight leader, Robert Owen is precariously looking over his shoulder.
First leg, it's Conor to
Payne
throw
and
first.
Burton
Game on.
are looking good on 8 points. It's not a done deal yet. But they're in a healthy enough position to secure their spots
97.
at tomorrow night's Champion of Champions finals, where they will join Jim McEwen, Graham Usher and Dan Reed. That's live with us from 10 p.m.
134.
That is your Saturday night Darty Party Part 2 after the match play semi-finals.
96. 134. 58. 95.
'Well, Darryl Pilgrim thought that he had
140.
a bit of a cushion in this leg. Just double checking the scores here, making sure everything's okay, everything's correct. There we are.
Darryl, you require 138.
Pilgrim leads 138 for the opening leg. Another one of them. We'll see himself head up to double 12.
114. Conor, you require 110. 50. Darryl, you require 24.
So for 13 dart leg to open up, 14 will do on double 6. Now he's heading down for double
18.
3, and it's become a bit of a mess for Darryl Pilgrim.
Conor, you require 60.
Henahan wants 60 for the opening leg.
Game show
Pilgrim's had his chances.
Conor Heneghan.
Henahan takes his. It is a hold of throw, though, for Henahan. Darryl Pilgrim is not a darting disaster, but will have to hold in leg 2.
Second leg, it's Darryl to throw first. $82.
He cannot afford any more slip-ups, Darryl Pilgrim. To qualify,
140.
you feel he's going to have to win the lot from here.
$137. 70. 99. 27.
Well, that's given Darryl Pilgrim all the time he needs in this leg to square this match up.
58.
Leads himself on 125 after 12. Henahan can only apply pressure. But it's going to be
40.
6 more for Darryl Pilgrim
Darryl, you require
to level this match up. 105 left.
46.
Two treble visit here. Makes things very interesting. It's not going to happen.
60. Darryl, you
So
require
to level us up,
79.
Darryl Pilgrim wants 79. Up we go for double 11.
57.
On the western side of the board.
Conor, you require 164.
Doesn't go, but Henahan needs to take out the 164. And so Pilgrim will return
59.
for double 11 to level us up.
Darryl, you require 22.
Double 4.
Game shot on the second
Pins it
leg.
last dart in hand, and Darryl
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim does get himself level. He had darts to win the first leg, didn't take them. And with the darts he got to win the second, he took in the end. It's one apiece, two
Third leg,
holes
it's
of
Conor
throw.
to throw first.
It's as you were.
140. 100. 57.
If you have just joined us following the conclusion of the World Match Play, a very warm welcome to you.
77.
Danny Noppert is a semi-finalist. He beat Dirk van Dijvenbode 16-11. And joining him in the final four is Gerwin Price, who beat Jose de Souza 16-14. There's been plenty of action elsewhere across the darting world.
58.
In the ADC, it was championship night tonight. The European Championship was the prize. And it is
100.
Kevin Painter who is the new champion. He beat James Richardson by 10 legs to 8, hitting 3 180s en route. And that victory means he's the number 2 seed for the World Darts Open in December.
Conor, you require 144.
Back here in the room, Henahan wants 144 for a 2-1 lead. The third consecutive holder throw in this
44.
match.
Darryl, you require 129. 41. Conor, you require 100.
Tops
Game shot on the
for
third
2-1,
leg.
and that
Conor
was
Heneghan.
clinical from Conor Heneghan. His throw was under severe pressure, but he keeps his cool underneath the pressure of the hot lights in the studio. He is 2-1 up
Fourth leg,
here on
it's Darryl
Darryl
to throw
Pilgrim.
First. Game on. 100.
Whilst I get the chance, big shout out to our man in the middle, Charlie Corsafine. It's his last game tonight before Owen Binks gets subbed in for game 6 to 10. And after 1,700 matches at the Live League, he finally got to ref his first 9-dart finish, courtesy of Graham Usher
140.
earlier on this afternoon. Charlie's one of the nicest and hardest working people in the sport and deserves that
85.
moment. Cannot be more pleased for him.
57. 60. 140.
To leave himself on 64 after 12 makes it incredibly difficult for Conor Heneghan to break. Well, he's got to be careful here.
180.
He gets the max.
64.
To put all sorts of pressure on this 64. That stray dart stayed in. Will this dart hit the double?
48.
No, it won't.
Conor, you require 80.
Double 10.
$75.
That first dart obscured the entirety of the double 10
60.
bed. And so Pilgrim returns for double 8.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
To make it
Darryl
2-2,
Pilgrim.
and it is, I wouldn't say comfortable on throw so far, but the throw is what's winning the legs thus far. It's 2 apiece in this one. It's Conor Heneghan with the honours in the fifth.
Throw first. $85.
And are we once again heading all the way to a deciding leg? We've had 4 games tonight. 3 of them have gone 4-3. The other one went 4-2. We knew this was a congested group. It's proving to be so this evening. Yesterday, 6 of the 10 games went all the way. But Conor Heneghan is looking to put on a charge. A game that both, you sense, have to win.
140.
He is the one who's turning the screw here.
$90. $56. Conor, you require 146.
He'll stay there. And of course, he has the luxury of time here.
86.
With Pilgrim back on 246. Squares it up for 60 upon his return to open up a 3-2 lead. And he's going
42.
to get all the time in the world.
Conor, you require 60.
Tops has to move over.
Game shot on the fifth
And finds the double
Conor
and
Heneghan.
goes 3-2 up. And Darryl Pilgrim here is throwing to stay in the match. If he wins it, we're going to yet another deciding leg.
Sixth leg, it's Darryl to throw first. $96. $85. $80. $100.
Pilgrim wants to be careful here. That trouble's huge because if he went troubleless in this
140.
visit, which he does nigh on the complete opposite of, he would have been under some severe pressure. But as we have it, he's going to have the luxury of time. 6 and 185 to send us all the way.
$100. $43.
For 14 dart leg
Darryl, you
for
require
3-3.
85.
Pilgrim wants 85. 20.
53.
Again, with the luxury of time, he could pick and choose where he wanted to go.
85.
Double
Darryl, you
16, forward
require
16.
32.
Moves all the way across.
No
Practically
score.
touching the wall.
Conor, you require 142.
But he will get 3 more.
62. Darryl, you require 32.
to send us all the way.
No score.
Oh, he's bust it. And Henahan is back for the match.
Conor, you require 80.
A couple of throws ago, this looked unlikely. And now he has to move over. He has an awkward lie. And he strays
40.
into the single one. And Pilgrim has more darts to send us all the way.
Darryl, you require 32. Game shot on the 6th leg. Darryl Pilgrim.
Well, I'm just double checking what broadcast I'm on this evening. Because it's Friday, we're live, and it's time for the last leg once again.
7th and final leg. It's Conor to throw first. $100.
Henahan kicks off with a ton. This is the biggest leg of Darryl Pilgrim's group, bar none.
59.
If he wins, he's level on points with Henahan. 2 points off Robert Owen. If he loses, he's 4 points off
85.
Henahan. 4 points off Owen. And 6 points off of Burton and Payne. From that juncture, you'd sense it's going to be 3 from 4 to make it through the group. And Henahan is running towards the finishing line.
$95. Conor, you require 139.
Has 6 darts. So decides to screw it up.
99.
It's the right play. Leaves himself tops after 12 and a deciding leg with the darts. Can't ask for much more than that. Darryl Pilgrim couldn't ask for much worse than that.
38. Conor, you require 40.
To put himself on 6 points. Double 10.
30.
Goes inside, leaves himself double 5. With Pilgrim not on a finish, if he can pile in 2 trebles here, then things get nervy. Incredibly nervy.
140. Conor, you require 10.
So double 5 with his opponent this time on a finish.
Game shot.
But he pins it first dart in hand. And Conor Heneghan joins the 6-point club here in Group B. We are set fair for a grandstand finish this group to see who will join the Fab 3 from Group A at finals night. But let's square up this game first. An 85.35 average for Henahan, 4 out of 9 on the doubles, 2 180s, 44.44%. That equates to. And Darryl Pilgrim's charge, it looks like it's going to be thwarted for now. So we're going to take a short break here on Sporty Stuff TV. When we return, we're going to see Stephen Burton up against Josh Payne. The winner of this match will be the first man into double figures in Group B as Stephen Burton takes on Josh Payne. This is how the group looks. 8 points for Payne, 8 points for Burton. The winner will go on to 10. And will be effectively on group point. Josh Payne lost his first 2 games of the group, has come back perfectly, won each of the last 4. Stephen Burton.
Stephen to throw first. Game on.
It's been the moniker of consistency. And there is a change in referee. Charlie Corsafine has nipped next door into the spotter's chair, and Owen Binks will take over proceedings. He will take us home on this frantic Friday here at the Live League.
60. 100. 85. 57.
Their meeting yesterday went 4-3. In this group, we shouldn't really be surprised about that. Stephen Burton won it in the decider.
140.
Josh Payne is looking for revenge. Stephen Burton is looking at 6 darts for the opening leg.
100.
Only a ton, which meant that if Payne could pile in 2
60.
trebles,
Stephen, you require 104.
would have made him perhaps the marginal favourite for the leg. But as we have it, it is Burton who's going to get an opportunity at double 12
80. Josh, you require 156.
to open up with a 15. Payne needed the 156. It may be the only chance he gets in this leg.
38. Stephen, you require 24.
Double 3.
18.
And Burton's chasing down the
Josh,
board.
you require 118.
Not where we'd like to have ended up. That's set plumb for a treble to be hit, is it? No is the answer. Just the way that Josh's darts stand up. I just thought you could possibly
58.
clatter that
Stephen, you
second
require
dart
6.
onto the barrel of the first.
Game
But
shot
it's
on the
rendered
first
irrelevant
leg.
as Stephen
Stephen
Burton
Burton
wins the opening leg of this match, looking to do the double over Josh Payne. If he can do that, he'll be the first man onto 10 points.
Second leg, it's Josh to throw first. Game on. $83. 78. 140.
You see, you haven't clicked into their top gear as of
80.
yet. We know what these two are capable of. They're 2 former phase champions this year. Payne most recently. It's the 2 most recent champions. Payne won phase 4, Burton won phase 3. And it was with darts similar to that. To leave it on 140 after 9.
60.
He's had a bit of a spurt over the last couple of visits, Josh Payne, which affords him this opportunity at 140. And he's been afforded time.
120.
To leave double 10 after 12.
60. Joshua required 20.
Double 5. Decides to split with Burton not on a finish.
12.
Wise thinking from Josh Payne.
43. Josh require 8.
So double 4.
No
To
score.
level us up. He will come back. But under what pressure?
140.
Severe pressure.
Josh
The
require
severest
8.
of pressure.
Game shot on the
But
second
Josh
leg.
Payne
Josh Payne.
doesn't deal in pressure. He deals in hitting doubles. And we are back level at 1 apiece against Stephen Burton. He made that a bit more uncomfortable than perhaps he would have liked it. Stephen Burton has the darts in the third. He's just made Josh Payne think those are the averages.
45.
As I say, it's not been vintage from both so far. They're capable of much, much more than this. We know they are. It's why they're
59.
here. It's why they've picked up that bitter crystal.
140. 78. 100. 48.
6 darts and 2 on 6, and Burton's looking to make serious inroads.
140.
76 he leaves after 12. He'll be hoping that there's no faffing about in this
81.
leg.
Stephen, you've required
We've
76.
seen players go clear with the darts, miss darts at double, leave it awkward. Then it
Game
gets
shot on the
messy,
third
but
leg.
there's nothing messy
Stephen Burton.
about that for Stephen Burton as he gets his nose back in front at 2-1. A clean kill on the 76.
Fourth leg, it's Josh to throw first. Game on.
And he is halfway towards completing a double on the maximum.
60.
Halfway to putting himself on 10 points. He won't have the gold strip that says Q next to
85.
his name, but he would be there effectively. Be hard to be dislodged, nigh on impossible to be dislodged. Some weird things would have to happen.
140. 100. 135.
He's himself on 166. Burton needed a max to leave himself on a finish.
134.
But it's going to put umpteen pressure on Josh Payne here.
134.
Who leaves himself on 32 after 12. Hardly much you can do against the darts of that.
105. Josh required 32.
For 13 dart leg. Double 8 is the first darter blocker. He's moved across, so perhaps it is. It most
No
definitely was. Most definitely
required
was. You can see
77.
because of the way the third dart landed and where it landed. That's not the worst accident in the world because that leaves a dart at double 5 to break the throw.
67.
It
Josh
doesn't
required
go.
32.
And so Payne is back for double 16.
Game shot on
And
the
we are
fourth
back
leg.
level
Josh
at
Payne.
2 apiece. In both the battles between these two so far this week, nothing has separated them. And it's the case in point in this one. It's 2 apiece. It's best of 3 from here on in. And once again, another game that is going long, that's going tight.
60.
Only one game hasn't gone 4-3. That went 4-2, and that was Josh Payne's 4-2 success over Robert Owen.
93. 100. 140.
Huge 140. Steals the darts on Stephen Burton. Unless he can get another one here. He does cram another one in. Which forces Payne to get another 2 of his own. In fact, he'll go one better. He'll fill it up.
$140.
What a leg this is. 88 after 9 for the breaker throw. And it has to go. He's going to get 1 dart of the ball. 1 dart of the ball is all he needs for a huge breaker throw for Josh Payne. He leads 3-2. Courtesy of this bullseye. Off the back of an 88 finish.
Game on.
And he now has the throw to complete a 4-2 victory. A victory that will see him on 10 points.
134.
Victory that would see him as good as through.
$140.
The next game is a really interesting one because it sees Conor Heneghan up against Robert Owen.
42.
Owen's in a precarious position. He topped the table overnight, but he's lost his opening 2. We'll see how he responds shortly.
140.
Because what we're seeing is Josh Payne put on the afterburners. But it doesn't matter how hard he puts the afterburners on.
80.
Burton is doing his best to claw his way back. To stop the runaway train. But he is pulling away and heading towards the victory post.
$99. Josh require 40.
For 13 dart leg. Double 10.
20.
And so Burton will get a chance at 140. It has to go, you feel. It won't go, and Payne will come back for double 10.
110. Josh required 20.
And Josh Payne is the first man into double figures in Group B. That's a huge victory for the maximum. With an 87.45 average, 4 from 15 on the doubles, a high out of 88 to obtain a breaker throw more crucially than the actual finish. He beat Stephen Burton 4-2. He's the first man into double figures in Group B. Next up, a crucial battle in terms of qualification as Conor Heneghan takes on Robert Owen. Well, you cannot downplay the significance of this next match coming up as Conor Heneghan takes on Robert Owen. And this is why. Because this is how the group shapes up. Both players are on 6 points. The winner gets on to 8. A couple more rounds of fixtures to go. One more round of fixtures to go. We're heading towards the home straight here in Group B. It's been a long day of live league darts on this Friday.
Game on.
But for these two, the prerogative will be making sure that there's one more day in their week. They're here for Saturday night, the night that matters most. The grand final, the champion of champions of the online darts live league. I hope you can join us as well. It's a 10 o'clock start tomorrow night here on Sporty Stuff TV. It's a night not to be missed. We're going to see the 6 best players at the live league this year go toe-to-toe for the ultimate crown and glory, the ultimate title, and the ultimate accolade.
$100. 78. 60.
'Henahan is taking this opening leg away from the grasp of Robert Owen to leave himself 51 after 12 with the darts. It forces Owen to do
140.
something almost similar for 14 darter to start.
Game shown the
15
first
darts is a nice
Conor
way to
Heneghan.
kick off the game for Conor Heneghan. He takes a 1-0 lead against Robert Owen in this crucial battle to see who will join the finals lineup in Group B.
$60. 100. 100. 85.
Both players will have one more game after this. Robert Owen returns to the final game of the night against Darryl Pilgrim. Conor Heneghan will take on Josh Payne.
$60.
100. And with darts like that, Robert Owen is helping his cause. He's lost his opening 2 games of the night.
13. Robbie record 61.
But he's looking to fire back in game 3. He wants tops, gets tops, and it is 2 15-dart legs on throw, which sees us level at 1 apiece in this crucial match. Conor Heneghan has the darts in leg 3. It's solid enough so far. Those are the averages: 84.33 for Henahan, 100.11 for Robert Owen, a maxi apiece.
$140.
And they're just following each other, pound for pound, blow for blow.
100.
We're not going to see yet another 4-3, are we? I know it's still early days. And Robert Owen
85.
looking to make a charge. A charge against the Henahan throw. But that last dart into the single 5 has scuppered some of those hopes.
81.
But when that first dart sits down like that, it always invites company.
180.
Averaging 108.83 at the minute.
100. Robbie record 96.
But we'll need to take this 96 out, you feel. Double 18.
60.
Both well-thrown darts, both right on the wire,
80.
but both crucially missed. He's going to get 1 dart at double top.
Game's
And
on the
1
third
dart
leg.
hit. And that's
Conor
the
Heneghan.
3rd consecutive 15-dart leg with the darts in this match.
4th leg, it's Robert to throw first.
Owen has the darts in leg 4. If it's following the pattern of the match so far, we shall see you in 15 darts time.
140. 60. 59.
Winner of this match gives themselves a great chance of progressing through. Josh Payne is already through on 10 points.
140.
So congratulations to him. He's punched his ticket to the Champion of Champions final.
162.
And with visits like that, Robert Owen is hoping to join him.
140. Robert, you require 140.
Well, we saw this in his last game. The amount of darts that went to single 1, and that
40.
second dart was an absolute disaster.
Connie record 161.
Couldn't go anywhere near that. He likes going this way. Trouble 19, trouble 18 for the bullseye on the 161.
93. Robert, you require 100.
2 apiece. 85 left.
32. Connie requires 68.
And so, for a crucial break of throw in this crucial match, he's going to get 1 dart at double top. He has to move over.
48.
And it just goes underneath.
Robbie requires 68.
And so Robert Owen returns. His throw has been put under all sorts of pressure.
60.
But he cannot convert the double 4, and you can see his frustration.
20.
Because Henahan is back for double 10. And
Game's
gets
on the
a
fourth leg.
crucial break
Conor
of
Heneghan.
throw. He's 3-1 up. He's throwing for the match. and in this crucial part of the group will put him in the ascendancy to qualify
Conor to
for
throw
the finals.
first. Game on. $140. 81.
Owen can get to 8 points if he was to lose this game. So he's got one more left.
100.
But if it was to go south here, you have to rely on Darryl Pilgrim to beat Stephen Burton. And then Josh
62.
Payne to do the business against Henahan. And try and find a way of squeezing in the top three.
140.
Henahan nearly found a way of squeezing all three in the treble 20 bed. He'll take the 140 to leave 1-2-1 after 9 with the darts to win the match, this crucial match. He's got acres of time ahead of him as well.
21.
And so desires to go 25.
105.
And we'll leave double 8 after 12. A superb leg on throw to try and win the match.
78. Conor Heneghan 16.
And that
Game shot on
completes
the match.
a massive
Conor
victory
Heneghan.
for Conor Heneghan. A 4-1 victor over Robert Owen with a 94.25 average, a maxi to his name, 4 from 7 on the checkouts. That's where the difference lies in the end. 57.14%, a high out of 80, and he puts himself in a great position now to qualify through to the Champion of Champions finals tomorrow night. We're going to take a short break. When we return, it's Darryl Pilgrim in action, and as he takes on Stephen Burton. Darryl Pilgrim can no longer qualify for tomorrow night's finals, while Stephen Burton can book his name there with a victory in our 8th game of the night. This is Burton's last match. Pilgrim will move on to game 7. He plays Robert Owen in the concluding game of the evening.
Right, first leg, it's
Josh
Darryl
Payne is through.
Game on.
Burton can go through with victory. It will be a similar scenario for Conor Heneghan against Josh Payne in the next match, but we'll focus on this one first off.
100.
Conor Heneghan will want a Darryl Pilgrim win in this match, because if it does, he will be through before he even plays Josh Payne.
134. 57. 60.
And it's a solid enough start for Pilgrim, who leaves 167 after 9.
98. Now we require 167.
He's going to get 6 at it.
59. 45. Now we require 108.
108. 6 darts at it to win the opening leg of the match. He's going to get 1 dart at double 16. 1 dart is all he needs for a ton-topping finish of him 15 to take the opening leg. You'll take that for starters. If you're Darryl Pilgrim, you'll take that for starters. If you've got a Henahan. And of course, this is Burton's last game. After this match,
140.
He has no control over proceedings.
$140. 43.
'And Pilgrim has come out the traps absolutely flying.
139.
Averaging 111.43 at this early stage.
100. 58. 85. Now we require 164.
This would be some way to break another. And you would have fancied him as well for the bullseye, such is the way he's been playing so far.
We require 133.
Darryl Pilgrim has raced through these opening couple of legs.
93.
And in next to no time,
68.
could see himself open up a 2-0 lead, but a dart has come and gone. And so Stephen Burton wants tops. Double 10.
20.
And now he's missed 3 darts to get back level.
18.
How crucial will that be? As Pilgrim steps up again for double 9. But he goes inside.
No score.
And so
you require 20.
Burton gets another chance. He has to take these opportunities.
Game
And he does so last dart in hand. The first 2 darts were brilliant guides for Stephen Burton to just land it in with the third. He's back level at 1 apiece, having had opportunities against him to go 2-0 down, to have his throw broken and to put him into all sorts of
55.
turmoil. $
100. $97. $40. $96. $45.
In their meeting yesterday, Stephen Burton came through a last leg decider in what perhaps has been the game of the group. Pilgrim averaged 106.5 in that match, and yet found himself on the wrong side of the scoreline. Burton himself with 101.12 average. There is revenge on the cards for Darryl Pilgrim, and it could mean that his opponent is left scratching himself to see whether he's going to get himself through. And Conor Heneghan will be enjoying every second of this. 2 legs won for Darryl Pilgrim, both of them tongue toppers. Leads 2-1.
Stephen to throw first.
And Henahan is halfway there.
39.
The owners would then be on Robert Owen.
100.
It's Darryl Pilgrim, ironically, in the last match. He's the darting spoiler tonight.
180.
But Stephen Burton is determined that he is going to do it his way. He doesn't want to be nervously sitting in the practice room, finding out his fate.
58.
A victory in his through. He has to break it down to be as simple as that.
98.
Cannot think about the scenarios of what if things go wrong. Have to go into this with a positive mindset.
140.
And he leads 84 after 12 to level us up.
134. Stephen, you've got 84.
The bullseye.
59.
And Pilgrim will return for that break of throw. Very much on now. Double 16, now double 8.
66.
Just the other side
Stephen,
of the wire.
25.
And Burton is back for 25. Decides to go double 12. Now double 6.
13.
But they could be two darts at double miss. That could prove so costly. Double 2.
4.
And it's getting a bit scrappy now.
Stephen, you require 12. Game shot on the
Stephen Burton
leg.
gets it to make it
Stephen
2-2.
Burton.
The longer that went on, the more torturous it was going to be for Stephen Burton, because if he was broken, Darryl Pilgrim would have had the darts for a 4-1 win. As we have it, it is 2 apiece. It's anyone's game. And we're still none the wiser as to who's going to come out on top in this battle. The only man who's enjoying this situation
100.
is Josh Payne, because he knows he's through, no matter what happens. He will be back tomorrow night at 10. He'll join Jim McEwen, Graham
97.
Usher, and Dan Reed in the finals. It's a 10 o'clock start again here on Sporty Stuff TV. Do join us for what should be a
140.
great evening of darts. Talking of great darts, did Darryl Pilgrim try and go for the blind 180? A la Gurney? A la Noppert?
131.
It's becoming a fad. It's becoming a phase. It's the in thing.
96. Stephen, you've recorded 130.
Bullseye.
105.
Well, the two legs Darryl
Area
Pilgrim
record
has won
108.
has been courtesy of ton plus checkouts. Are we about to see that trend continue?
92.
Not this
Stephen, you've recorded
time.
25.
For a humongous break of throw.
13.
To swing the tie directly in his
Darryl
direction,
requires
that would have
16.
been. And now the double 8. To put
Game
Pilgrim
shot
on the
fifth
brink.
leg. Darryl Pilgrim.
And Stephen Burton has the darts here. He has to hold to send us all the way. Otherwise, it's going to be a really, really nervous race in the back room.
Stephen to throw first. Game on. $99.
If Darryl Pilgrim wins this leg, Conor Heneghan is through. No ifs, no buts about it.
97.
It would mean Stephen Burton is awaiting the result of the final game of the evening.
140.
And he's doing his level best to make sure that that's an irrelevance to him.
$96. $56. $84.
And so Burton has 6 darts on 206 to send us to the decider. And how handy is he going to leave this as he gets the Dundas to leave himself on 32.
$81. Stephen, you've required 32.
For 13 darter. 14 on double 8. Double 4.
Game shot on the
Pins,
sixth leg.
and we are going
Stephen
all
Burton.
the way. And this is a massive leg. If Stephen Burton wins it, he's into the finals. If Darryl Pilgrim wins it,
Seventh and final
Conor
against Darryl
Henahan's
to throw
into the
first.
finals. That's the scenario. Stephen's in control here of this
100.
situation, of his destiny. Conor Henahan is practicing for a game against Josh Payne with one eye on
98.
the screen that they have in the practice room.
$60. $135.
And he's piled the pressure onto Pilgrim.
$84.
And it is full advantage Stephen Burton from here.
92. $137.
Burton can capitalise and Pilgrim's first to a finish. But how handy is this going to be left?
140.
Well, he leaves double 18 after
Now we
12.
require 120.
But Pilgrim is first to a finish with this 120. Oh, that's a plum marker. Tops.
100.
Conor Henahan's
Stephen,
heart
you
would have been in his
require
mouth.
36.
Stephen Burton's heart would have been in his mouth.
Game
And
shot on the
Stephen
match.
Burton is
Stephen Burton.
through to the finals of the Champion of Champions, courtesy of that 4-3 victory over Darryl Pilgrim. An 86.44 average, the solitary max of the match, 4 from 18 on the doubles, a high out of 36. Darryl Pilgrim won 3 legs. 2 of them was courtesy of ton plus checkouts. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to see Josh Payne in action against Conor Heneghan. And so Stephen Burton joins Josh Payne through to the finals of the Champion of Champions. Conor Heneghan can complete the lineup with victory here against Payne. It's as simple as this. Victory for Conor Heneghan. He is into the finals tomorrow night. If not, it goes down to the last game of the evening. He quite possibly would need an abacus.
Okay, first leg, it's Josh to throw first. Game on.
We know the identities of 5 of the 6 that will be playing tomorrow night.
55.
Jim McEwen, Graham Usher, Dan Reed, Josh Payne, Stephen Burton, question mark. It's between Conor Heneghan and Robert Owen.
134.
Henahan is in the box seat. If he wins, he's through. Means no dramas in game 10.
59.
Owen will be hoping there's plenty of drama ahead.
$57. $50. $140.
Puts him first to the finish. He's come out the tracks flying. Josh Payne showing the sorts of darts we know he's capable of.
170.
After a sluggish-like start.
$75.
And of course, for both players, the scenario is completely different. Josh Payne knows no matter what he's through, Conor Heneghan does not want to be sitting
59.
nervously in that practice room awaiting the result of game 10. Double 19. For a breaker throw in the opening leg. And that would have been what Conor Heneghan would have dreamt of before this match got underway. Treble 19, double 19, secures the first leg, breaker throw. And he really can attack this match now. Attack it he will. At full throttle.
180. $43. $38.
But that's not the way to follow up a maxi start. And Henahan knows that. But he's quite lucky that at the minute,
59.
Josh Payne is not firing on the sort of cylinders we're used to seeing from him. It's a different feeling for him. He's through.
46.
The adrenaline that was coursing through his body would naturally slowly decrease because he knows that his target and his objective has been reached.
$28.
He hits himself on a finish after 12. These are not the pictures that Robert Owen wanted to see. This is as bad as it could be for him.
140. Connie Rock 137.
137 for the second leg. He's got 6 darts at it. Well, he's going tops.
170.
And he wasn't far away.
$97. Connie Rock
2-0
120.
in next to no time. Double 5.
10.
for the
Josh
break
Rock
back.
134.
134 for Josh Payne.
$84. Conor
He's
Heneghan 10.
himself on 50. Henahan wants double 5.
Game
To
shown the
open up
second
that
leg.
2-0 lead
Conor
on
Heneghan.
Josh Payne, and he is halfway towards finals night tomorrow night. It's been the perfect start for him, the start that he would have dreamt of before this game got underway.
it's Josh
The
to throw
onus is now
first.
on Josh
Game
Payne in the third. If he gets broken here, you get the sense this could be over quite quickly. We haven't seen a 4-0 tonight. We've only seen
100.
1-4-1. I've only seen 4-4-2s. The rest of it have been last leg shootouts. It's been hard to prize
135.
these 5 apart.
$140. $100.
So this has been a better leg from Josh Payne. But he's being kept very honest.
164.
164 doesn't go.
64.
Will the 132 be popped by Conor Heneghan? Another one of them. Double 16.
116.
Unlucky.
Joshua require 100.
Josh Payne must have thought that was going. This could be going.
Game's
Going,
on the third
gone.
leg.
And Josh Payne is on the board. And that fist bump there was almost an encouragement to himself. He knows he hasn't been at his rip-roaring best so far.
He's
He's hoping that will G him up. Give him the room to grow in this match.
59. $134.
And how quickly in a best of 7 things can change, because Henahan starts troubleless. Payne a 2 trouble visit.
85.
And suddenly the pressure's cranked on the other way.
$57. $100. $60. $100.
He really has upped it, hasn't he?
140.
The last leg and a half.
157.
And this 157 may be a must go. It could well go. It will go. And that's some way to hold the throw. And Conor Heneghan is 1 leg away from booking his place into the Champion of Champions final, deposing Robert Owen in the process.
Game on. $134.
But Josh Payne will make him work for it. Those are the averages.
58.
Henahan knew he needed to put out a big performance. He's averaging 94, just under 94 and a half.
100. $59.
Payne looks more than favourite to take this leg.
97.
If that is the case, Henahan has the next one where he has the darts. That would be the leg for him.
140.
He's not giving up on this one though just yet. But Payne is a heavy favourite.
$98. 59. Joshua requires 72.
To bring it back to within one. And for a 14 dart leg, double 12. Now double 6.
60.
Hang about.
145.
Because this leg
Joshua
may not be
12.
over just yet. Double 3. Oh my, Conor Heneghan has forced
No
this
score.
opportunity. This has been superb from
He
him
requires 40.
to complete the lineup. For the
Game
finals
shot on the
of the
match.
Champion of
Conor
Champions.
Heneghan.
Conor Heneghan will be there. He's a 4-1 victor over Josh Payne. Our Super 6 that will compete in the final tomorrow is now complete with a 94.5 average. The solitary maximum in the match. 4 from 12 on the doubles. That high out of 157. Conor Heneghan is there. Congratulations go to him. We've got one more game this evening between Robert Owen and Darryl Pilgrim. Them two are playing for honours. And so our final game of the group sees Darryl Pilgrim and Robert Owen dot the I's and cross the T's. Neither can qualify. They will both be eliminated following the conclusion of this game. Conor Heneghan, Josh Payne and Stephen Burton are through. Congratulations to Conor Heneghan, who has won Group B as a result of such a handsome victory over Josh Payne in that last match. And what it does do is confirm the groups for tomorrow night. And it is as followed. And these are tough looking groups. I suppose it would be being the grand finals of the Champion of Champions. Group 1 is Jim McEwen, Josh Payne, Dan Reed. Group 2, Conor Heneghan, Graham Usher
Robert to throw
and
first.
Stephen
Game on.
Burton. Those are your groups tomorrow night, folks. Who's going to land the top prize and become the Champion of Champions? We know who's going to be there. Fortunately, these two won't. Robert Owen will be kicking himself. He was top of the table overnight. But he will not be joining us tomorrow night.
99.
And so the energy would have drained from these two because they both know the situation. It is just about playing for pride. Finishing with something to smile about
42.
at least. And end on a victorious note.
$134.
Owen leaves himself on 187 after 9.
$66.
And it's going to get at least 6 at it. That's been part of the problem for Robert Owen tonight, is those darts
81.
into the single one. They have not helped him one bit. And now he's on 106 after 12. And Pilgrim with a no-look 180. How about that?
106.
Showmanship from Darryl Pilgrim. Well, that single 5 isn't a darting disaster because it gives himself a dart at the bullseye.
81.
And he isn't far away either.
35. $36. Robbie record 25.
For the opening leg, double 8.
Game shot on the
For Robert
first.
Owen, it squeezes in with the last dart in hand, and Robert Owen takes the lead in our final game of what's been a long day here at the Online Darts Live League. This is the 25th game we've seen today. We started all the way back at 9:30 this morning.
140.
And that was after we finished at about 1:30 last night.
140.
It's always go here at the Live League. It's going to be a bit of a rest tomorrow for those working behind the scenes before we head back into action tomorrow night at 10. A well-deserved rest as well.
$100. $57. $28. Now we require 164.
Another one. If he wants to go for the bull. In this situation, you may as well just go for everything.
96.
You know the situation you cannot go through. Why don't you just go out and entertain?
133.
And suddenly this leg
Darryl
isn't
Pilgrim,
over if the
68.
68 doesn't go, because that 133 has kept Owen in with a sniff. And it's only one
Games
dart
on
at
the
double
second
18,
leg.
but it's only one
Darryl
dart that
Pilgrim.
Darryl Pilgrim needs. And we're back level at one apiece in our deciding game, or our last game of decision day. Robert Owen has the darts in the
Robert to throw
third.
first. Game on.
It's all gone with throws so far. What's going to happen in this leg? Well, that
43.
first dart was in a completely different postcode. It's those flyers that have been so costly for Robert Owen tonight.
59. $99. $58. $100.
And I wonder what the conditions are like as well in the studio. I know, sat here in the commentary box, it is absolutely
100.
sweltering in here, and in the studio it's been warm as well all week. The studio does get fan food and make sure it's as cool as possible before play gets underway. But of course, 10 games back to
42.
back to back, the room will heat up, just like any stage in World Darts. After a few games have been played, it will warm up. Pilgrim's warming up.
121.
I think he's just going to do it every time. Why not? Enjoy it.
57.
You know, it's going to be your last time here at the Champion of Champions. Make the most of every single dart you have. He's definitely doing that. Well, he's not going to go for the blind 180, that's for sure.
131. Robert, you require 160. $100.
And Pilgrim can seize the initiative here. Double 16, 4, 16. Double 8. This is where he's had problems this evening on the
Range
doubles
on the
bed, but
third
not that
Darryl
time.
Pilgrim.
And Darryl Pilgrim breaks the throw of Robert Owen. He leads by 2 legs to 1, has the throw to open up a 2-leg advantage.
Fourth leg, it's Darryl to throw first. Game on.
And he's opening up beautifully. It's the second one he's done.
180.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it.
57. $100.
Maybe you needed to look away, Darryl.
$140. $48.
Well, he's made an absolute mess of that one. He's going to get 6 on 173 to open up a 3-1 lead here.
100.
Averaging just under 93. He really hasn't had the rub of the green with some of the results, especially on night 1. He played well, but never got any rewards
57.
for his performances. And it was always going to be a tough task tonight to get through.
84. Darryl Pilgrim 116.
116 a 3-1. Triple 20. We're giving him a dart at double 18, but
60.
Robert Owen is back for the Shanghai.
Require 120.
Oh my, he's missed the single. It's gone into that one again.
80. Darryl
I
require
cannot
56.
quite believe that. He likes the double 18 and he
He's on
loves
the
it even
fourth
more
leg.
now.
Darryl
Darryl Pilgrim is one leg away from victory in our final game of Group B. Robert Owen is throwing to survive in this
Fifth leg,
darts
it's
match.
Robert to throw first. Game on.
The averages on your screen now.
100.
85.9 for Robert Owen, 89.3 for Darryl Pilgrim.
$140. $100. $121. $60.
And now, Darryl Pilgrim will get 6 for the match.
$120.
Half's the score.
$43. Now we require
2 minutes
120.
in style to finish the group in style. Triple 20. Would have left. Double top.
100.
Leaves double 10 upon his return for 13 dart leg to finish and a break of throw.
60. Now we require 20.
To finish with a flourish. Double 10 is
shot on the
pinned and
match.
Darryl Pilgrim
Darryl
wins his
Pilgrim.
final game of the group by 4 legs to 1 against Robert Owen. It's not enough for either to qualify for finals night, but let's square up our last game of the group. A 93.74 average for Pilgrim, 4 from 5 on the doubles, a high out of 68, 2 180s in there as well, 2 blind 180s as well in there for Darryl Pilgrim. He's the victor in our last game of the day. Let's have a look then at the group table. Conor Heneghan is the winner. He's joined by Josh Payne and Stephen Burton, all tied on 10 points. They progress through to tomorrow night's finals. These are the groups for the finals. In Group 1, it's Jim McEwen, Josh Payne, Dan Reed. Group 2, Conor Heneghan, Graham Usher and Stephen Burton. That rounds off our busy day here at the Online Darts Live League. Do join us tomorrow night from 10 p.m. for the grand finals of the Champion of Champions. Enjoy your rest of the evening. Bye-bye for now.